tournament despite just finishing 16-13 overall. Lucy Mott with the opening serve for BC. Quick set to the middle, and it's hammered down by Lily Cropper.
Well, we talked about Clemson exposing the middle. Cropper does a great job just handling that one and finding the space. Good decision making there by Cropper.
Just past the 100 kill mark for the season. Here is Rebecca Ring, one of the big freshman incomers for NC State. That one goes long. Wolfpack have a new setter as well in Eliza Villar, the redshirt junior from Florida. Started her college career as a defensive specialist, but really took over that setting position, advocated for herself to her first-year head coach Megan Wargo-Kearney in the offseason, and won the job. Overpass into the net. A little bit of a tough one from Bryant there. And an early ace for BC sophomore Danica Rock.
And you talked about it. I mean, when you talk about Villar and what she's been able to do, leading the team with 612 assists, was a setter in high school and felt like she can contribute to the team that way. And as you mentioned, advocated for herself and found the role and is now outstanding in that position.
Back set Villar off of Rock and out of bounds. It's the 6'4" Jordan Smith. Talk about the size of this Wolfpack team. Smith skying at 6'4" on that right side.
It's so accurate on her strike. She can put it down and pick spots, so watch for Smith today. If she gets hot, she can be dangerous.
There's Cropper back to serve, so Francom comes into the game for the first time. Mott will set it back. Anna Harrington to the tip. Diving effort, Cropper. One-hand set, Francom. Brooklyn Yellen, the BC libero, picks it up. First chance, Audrey Ross put high and down into the NC State bench. Audrey Ross loves seeing the NC State logo on the other side. She has averaged better than 5 kills per set in 3 career matches against the Wolfpack, has gone over 15 every single time.
Yeah, it's been outstanding. And, there's just those teams that, maybe they recruited you. Maybe you just have this knack of just playing against them and playing well against them. And you get that extra oomph every time you see them.
Tip to the middle, drops in front of Rock. Out of system ball there for Bryant, just put it in a tough spot. Teams trading points here in the early stages.
Yeah, first 3 points for NC State. Feels like they're just picking their spots, and really the weak spot for Boston College is in the middle of the floor.
Here is Smith in the serve. Ross with the pass. Mott back to her, off the net. Roll shot turned away. Francom with that full extension, turning Ross aside.
You want to know why they're excited about the freshman. I mean, look at that length. Makes it look so effortlessly at the net.
This time Rock with the pass. Mott will give to Ross again. Tighter set. Tip. Dug out by Smith. Flung over. Just kept in play there. Mott this time back set. Harrington slams it down. Anna Harrington trying to find her rhythm. She had been one of BC's most consistent hitters through the first half of ACC play, but the last couple matches has just not found the rhythm offensively.
Yeah, and that one she was locked and loaded, cocked back, and was able to put that on the floor. Just a great job by Harrington. And you mentioned just 2.0 kills and 66 blocks this season. Trying to find that rhythm here at the end of the season, get comfortable on those sets.
BC getting to their setter switch. This is Hannah Hoffman, the senior in. Ross there with a block. Big solo stuff right at the antenna for Audrey Ross.
Looked like she was ready for the second one if it was coming over too. Got into position, put that one down on the block, and kind of hop step into position, ready to block the next one. So BC takes a 5-4 lead.
Tough serve, handcuffs Sydney Daniels, the senior defensive specialist. Roll shot to the middle, this time Yelland is there. Hoffman, the back set, Sam Hoppus spins it over. Down the line shot, nicely saved by Rock. Hoffman slings it across, Ross resets, keeps it moving. Villar to the outside, tip, picked up by Hoffman. Yelland the backup set for Ross, off the block and out of bounds. Good patience for BC. They keep feeding Ross. She keeps delivering.
Hits that one enough to get it off the block and not get a tip back over. So we talked about Audrey Ross being able to end points. That's what Jason Kennedy and his coaching staff want to see from Ross and the Eagles. Just put points away.
Zuza Macievich, the libero for NC State with a serve. Ross with a block, but it landed out. And we had just gotten to our first 2-point separation. And the Wolfpack quickly get the side out to work it back within one.
It's a great job for NC State. Their presence up front is definitely giving Boston College some trouble here early on.
Tough pass for Ross, and it's out of the reach of Ehrlich. Something Coach Wargo Kearney talked with us about earlier in the week. They want to be starting to put more service pressure on teams over these last few matches.
Yeah, and they've been working on it this week, going into this weekend's matchup, trying to work on serve and serve receive with the teams they're playing this weekend.
Hoffman to Ross. That one just a side spin, mishit there from Ross. And all of a sudden, a little mini run for NC State to go back in front.
A 3-point run for the Wolfpack, and now Courtney Bryant will be back to serve. Well, you give BC a 2-point lead, you find an opportunity to dig it back.
And Bryant's serve goes into the net, so we're all even at 7. There's a look at Megan Wargo Kearney, previous associate head coach for North Carolina State, and this is her first head coaching assignment. Also served in that top assistant role with Arkansas previous. Tough serve from Ross. And BC goes right back in front on a mini run.
We tell you, these two teams not separated by much, and it's showing here on the floor tonight.
Ross with the flat-footed serve. Macievich the pass. Villar the set. Big swing turned away. Bella Ehrlich says no to Rebecca Ring.
We've been talking about the size for NC State. Bella Ehrlich, that presence up front for Boston College. Watch her on the middle of your screen, just up and right back down into the open space.
And Ross comes up short on the serve.
It's kind of the give and take with that type of serve from Audrey Ross. You'll get that line drive, flat serve, but sometimes doesn't have enough momentum to carry over the net, so that one goes into the net.
There's the first-year libero, Macievich, out of Poland. It's just started to get into the serving rotation. That one goes a little bit long. Coach Wargo Kearney said she was actually one of NC State's best servers last weekend. Ehrlich will serve. Tough one there. Villar pushes it out for Ring, or over the block, but out. Ross just got out of the way of that one.
Little matrix move there by Audrey Ross. Little bend back and don't let it touch me.
Gotta have dodgeball practice at some point, right? During the season, just to keep everybody loose.
Gotta get that reaction up to speed.
Ehrlich, tight serve, pushed over. Villar won the battle. How about that? Villar showing the strength up front.
It's an excellent move by Villar to be opportunistic there at the net. And BC just, we're going to touch it too many times. Look at that, Villar all by herself. A 1-on-2 against BC at the net.
Well, if you're going to be a little bit undersized, you're going to have to be competitive in those joust battles, and she was there. Hoppus looking for the angle. Villar got a piece. This might be 4. It's blocked anyway. Doesn't matter. Cornelia Roach and Hoppus up there for the second block of Ring. That'll get BC back to their setter switch. So Hannah Hoffman stepping in for the second match in a row. Made a cameo against Clemson last weekend, but that was her first match back in the lineup since Cal back on October 12th. So a little bit of a break for the senior setter, Aubrey Moore, not dressed tonight for the Eagles. Ring on the other side, able to jam it off of Rock and out of bounds. First kill for the freshman from Wisconsin.
Yeah, Jason Kennedy was looking for different players to step up in that match against Clemson. Maybe saw something there with Hannah Hoffman that he really liked, and throughout practice this week was able to see more, and now gets a chance here on the floor.
Scramble there is Roach with a frantic touch after the tough pass from Ross. This should go down as an ace for Ring. Already a couple aces in this opening set for NC State. Trying to even it up here. Ross got some air under it. Yellen will give chase, can't bring it back. 2 in a row for Ring.
Like the idea there by Yellen, just use any part of the body to keep it in play. Just ran out of space in front of the BC bench. Another good serve from Rebecca Ring.
That one blasted long. So 3 aces, now 4 errors for NC State. So playing that risk-reward game a little bit here early on.
And you see coaches kind of accepting that more and more, where if you're going to be a little bit more aggressive on the serve, you know you're going to take shots and risk. You're going to end up with some errors as well.
A brief look there at Jason Kennedy. Here's Villar to the middle. Tip shot, kept alive, then punched down by Bryant. Jason Kennedy trying to propel his BC team to another good finishing stretch. Eagles traditionally have been good over the last few years in November. That's always a hallmark of the coaching staff, having its impact, finding the right mix late. Another good serve and an ace. That one just sent into the ground by Ross. An ace for Cropper.
It's a 5-1 run here for NC State. They trailed 12-9. They've been able to battle back a couple of times here in this first set.
Yellen takes care of that. Mott to the back. Harrington the tip right to Cropper. Villar back set. Blocked by Ross. Just stonewalled Smith there. And the BC block has come to play early on.
I just love the reaction there by Roach. She's pushing and shoving Ross. I mean, talk about being excited for your teammate. Look at that block. And then to avoid the net. Great job by Audrey Ross and Cornelia Roach supporting her teammate.
Already 4 blocks in this opening set for the Eagles. Villar to the middle. And that one pushed out of bounds by Frankham.
But you love the idea there, right? A couple of back sets, you set it up to the far side. This time you go through the middle for Frankham and just overhits it.
Couple of runs either way in this opening set. BC in front, 15-14. Let's take a timeout on ACC Network Extra. For ACC Volleyball on ACC Network Extra. Always a great battle when these two get together. Close match out of the gate, close match all time. NC State a slight edge in the all-time series. BC, though, has won 3 of the last 4. And the road team has had success as of late as well.
Well, they say something about home cooking always works, but sometimes on the road you see a team, and we talked about Audrey Ross playing against NC State. Anytime these two teams face off against each other, it's a great battle. We've seen that in the last couple of years between the Wolfpack and the Eagles.
Brooklyn Yelland with the serve out of the timeout. Long bump set to Bryant over the block. Nice save by Rock. Ross just has to roll it over. Maciejewicz with the pass into the middle. Frankham puts it down. Nice quick transition offense there from the Wolfpack.
Well, it's just a speed ball there through the middle for Frankham. Great job. I mean, coming back over, it's kind of just so hard and so much momentum that the Eagles can't fill that void as quickly as they want to play it back. So Frankham taking advantage.
Jordan Smith with the serve. Alyssa Forelli just checked into the front. She's the new setter for the Wolfpack. Harrington hits over the top. Got a piece of the block, but Harrington with the good elevation. And 2 good swings for her early. That's going to be important again. She's been a key cog in this BC offense all year.
Yeah, you said it. 2 swings early on, and both of them emphatic for Harrington. Maybe the one time that she had to push it over was just kind of the set wasn't in her window. But anytime that ball's been in her window tonight so far, 2 kills on the floor.
Hoffman back in to serve and set. Tough pass and an ace. That's one big strength of Hannah Hoffman's game. The senior has always been a strong server.
Especially for Boston College, they take risk on these serves. They'll try to place it on the weak side, on the serve receive. They'll try to roll one over, and they'll pop it through. So watch for BC to mix up their serves.
Goes at Daniels. Tough tip into the block. Saved by Maciejewicz. Back row shot coming. Picked up by Hoffman. Yellen with a set. Hoppus had to play it short. To the outside it goes. Off the block and out of bounds. Nicely done there by Bryant. The first assist for the redshirt freshman setter, Alyssa Forelli. NC State's tinkered around with different rotations. Villar has obviously gotten the most time at setter. They have played around with a 6-2 sometimes. This time they bring Forelli into the front row for blocking. Hoppus didn't get all of it. Forelli to the outside, push shot down the line. Rock read it well. Out for Ross. Around the block, picked up by Bryant. Back row shot, Bryant off the block, and Yellen couldn't reach it. Courtney Bryant making it happen out of the back row. She's got 4 first set kills.
Yeah, and just a great job for the Wolfpack to continue to feed Bryant. They went to her the last point. Now they go back to her, this time from the back row, and she's able to find the tip off the block. Yellen can't play it back.
Tough serve. Ross popped it up. Yellen calls off Hoffman. Sets Ross off the block. Bryant kept it alive. Maciejewicz for Ring. Off the block and out. Just found a little space between the hands. And a powerful swing from Ring puts NC State back in front.
And it really starts with Bryant. She got up, tipped it back in with her body momentum going backwards, and able to pay it off is Rebecca Ring.
Another tough serve. Yellen popped it up. Ross just getting to her feet, able to make the play. Forelli, slide ball. Frankum, saved by Yellen. Ross back across. Hoppus bumps it over. Daniels off the free ball. Back row, it's Bryant, and that's long. Corner official had it out. Megan Wargo-Kearney immediately goes to the challenge, thinking that ball hit the back line.
Yeah, it's a good swing. Again, setting up the back row, and again, it's Bryant just getting that one inside. I mean, Yellen does a good job moving, but this one's going to bounce right in.
Yeah, pretty clear from that look that it landed well inside the line there. Right in front of the corner official, but
to give the official credit, sometimes that ball's coming in fast, right, and you're looking at Yellen move out of the way instead of where that ball is going to land, and it takes your eyes off of it for a moment. So
this is why they instituted the review in the first place and the challenge system in general. Every now and then, as good as these officials are, occasionally you miss one. So again, based off appearances, that ball looks in, but again, on review, sometimes you never know.
Been pretty back and forth. We talked about both of these teams matching up well. I mean, you look at the numbers, 11 kills for NC State, 7 attacking errors. They're hitting 138 for Boston College, just 4 kills, but they're hitting 118. They're forcing mistakes on the opposite end. NC State with 4 service errors.
So another look at the swing from Bryant. This is obviously from the NC State perspective. Yeah, definitely clear that ball should have been ruled in. And this would be a big swing as well at this point, right? Because now it goes from 18-18 to 19-17 and a 2-point edge for the Wolfpack with Bryant still serving.
Yeah, it feels like BC has built some leads, but the Wolfpack have kept in it, kept discipline, and kept fighting back, and now they have a chance to take this lead and maybe close out this first set with a 2-point lead.
Well, as you mentioned, the disparity in kills, 7-kill edge for North Carolina State. They've also got 12 more just attack attempts. Just been able to find more opportunities to run their offense. Boston College played a lot of out-of-system balls.
Yeah, and when NC State is in system, they're putting away the point. So the point's going to belong to NC State after the review. So good challenge there.
For a successful challenge, Megan Wargo-Kearney said that's one thing she's still learning even at this late stage of the season. It's just some of the in-match sort of procedural stuff, and that includes the challenges, but a good one used up there. Hoppus again has to give up a free ball. Back row, Bryant, that one is long.
Yeah, you mentioned Wargo-Kearney, and she talked about it, right? That this is still a learning process, not only just the position, but because of who she is as a person. She wants to handle everything. She wants to make sure everything's done the right way and the way that she wants to do it. So being able to kind of share the work with her assistant coaches and learn about the challenges, learn about the systems, and it's exciting to see a first-year coach kind of get the opportunity.
Sofia Marjanovic in to serve for Audrey Ross, floated toward the back corner. Tough set, Ring into the block, kept alive in the front. Forelli back to Ring again, tipped and blocked again. Ehrlich and Hoppus turning it away twice.
Yeah, Ehrlich and Hoppus have been outstanding together on the front. They were jumping in sync, their arms are up, they're communicating there. You see Ehrlich move to the right side as soon as that one is set up. Good read by the freshman.
Good tough serve again by Marjanovic. Ring around the block, Yellen return to sender. Forelli, slide ball Frankum, picked up by Marjanovic. Hoffman sets a long ball across for Rock. Nice pickup by Maciejewicz. Ring again, big swing into the block again. Maciejewicz resets to Ring, blocked by Hoppus, kept in again. Ferrelli, back row, Bryant, tip shot, save on the dive by Hoffman. Rock has to wait, rolled into the block, kept alive, Hoppus. Rock waits again, blocked! Frankham had it lined up from the word go.
Always love an extended rally. Both teams patient, staying disciplined, not forcing it, and then the block steps up for the Wolfpack.
Could see BC a little out of sorts trying to recover from those blocks. Rock having to wait a long time and just had no window to get that ball through. Yellen takes the serve. Hoffman back set. Hoppus extending, couldn't get to it. Tough set there. Jason Kennedy wants a timeout. Immediately with a word for his senior setter, Hannah Hoffman. North Carolina State again back in front by 2 as the Eagles try to find their way back here in this opening set.
We talked about the sets on that far side, just making sure it's in the window, and sometimes it's just a little too far out, maybe a little too far back, and the Eagles aren't able to hit it cleanly. So,
you know, the setter obviously plays an important part on any team, but especially for Boston College. Jason Kennedy asks a lot of his setters. BC runs that 6-2 system, so they operate with 2 setters. For the most part this year, it has been the sophomore duo of Aubrey Moore and Lucy Mott. They have, at times this year, played with a 5-1 with Lucy Mott as the lone setter, so we may see that at some point tonight. At least initially, Hoffman getting another opportunity to play the other setter in that offense.
And a good chance to just get that experienced veteran leader out there. Also just trying to help Mott as well develop and learn while she's still got the senior around. But how about the resilience here for NC State? A couple times down by 3 points. Now they have a 2-point lead.
Get a look at Aubrey Moore, seated next to Anna Harrington, so the sophomore from Connecticut. Not dressed. Missed some time earlier in the year as well. Came on strong late, one of those first-year players you talked about who got an opportunity late in the ACC schedule last year and really sort of earned her starting spot then. Again, out of system ball, Rock is blocked. Hoffman on the reset, Hoppus off the net, able to squeeze it through. So not quite as tight a set that time, but Hoppus able to find a little bit of a window. Jason Kennedy checking how many subs he's got left here. As he will call on Savannah Curtis to come in and serve for Bella Ehrlich.
You just take a look there on the replay from Hoppus, kind of winding back, kind of still eyes forward, looking. She can't go down the line, so adjust it a little bit towards the middle of the court. And that pays off for the Eagles.
Curtis, a freshman from California, has come on as a serving specialist. Tough ball there. Ring just able to bring it back. Free ball from Ferrelli. Hoppus. Hoffman to the middle. Roach couldn't find the corner. Ferrelli long set for Ring, and that one powered out of bounds. Just a little too far in from the antenna for that tight angle shot.
Yeah, it would have been a great shot if she can hit it. And it's going to force a timeout for NC State as the Eagles have gotten back-to-back points. But talking about these tight windows, especially when you're at the net, you want to go cross court. You got to make sure that you don't hit the net and still get it in. So just a tough setup there, and now we're all tied back up.
Well, this has been how this first set has played out. And of course, it all started with the service pressure from Curtis, not an ace, but forced NC State into giving up a free ball. You mentioned Sam Hoppus, what she brings to the table. Obviously, a veteran on this BC team, has been in and out of the rotation since her freshman season. Man, that right side has been a bit of a rotational spot for BC throughout the year. Anna Harrington, for the most part, has held down a spot. And early on in the year, it was Isabel Paline. The sophomore had a great start to the year, but then was lost to injury during non-conference play. And then Hoppus and Harrington held down those 2 spots for a while. And then over the past couple weeks, Sequoia Lane has gotten more time on the right side. Now she comes in back to her more traditional left side spot. She had a career high 17 kills a week ago Friday against Georgia Tech, hitting from the right side. That is a natural left side hitter.
Back-to-back good matches for Lane.
Overpass, dealt with by Roach. Again, a good serve from the freshman Curtis, and now BC in front.
We talked about Roach and her presence up front for Boston College. Immediately saw the overpass and knew she wanted to go straight down with it. Great job by Roach taking advantage.
First kill for the grad student and an ace from Curtis. 4 in a row for BC since the timeout. And the Wolfpack will take another breather. Second and final timeout from NC State. Boy, Jason Kennedy pushing all the right buttons here down the stretch.
Yeah, excellent sub there with Savannah Curtis coming in to serve, picks up the ace, a 4-0 run for Boston College. All 4 points coming off the serve of Curtis, and a great job for the Eagles. We talked about Cornelia Roach taking advantage there at the net. You're gonna see here the serve from Curtis, and it's got that power ball that can go straight down, and then that dropper that you saw there on this serve where it kind of just gets over the net and then
presence running the offense.
We saw Villar get a block earlier, so maybe, that helps carry some confidence at the net for the setter.
Curtis with the serve. Handled by Bryant. Long set for Ring. Blocked, kept alive by Daniels. Re-trigger for Ring. On the angle, it's there this time. Took a little more off that hit, and that led to the ball dropping.
Yeah, and because she got it back, the block wasn't in position enough to protect the near side. So again, Ring able to get that angle and put it right down where nobody was for Boston College.
Chess pieces continue to move. Sequoia lane out. Danica Rock back in for the serve receive here as Villar goes back to serve. Right at Rock. Clean pass. Hoffman back set. Hoppus couldn't put it away, but got a touch from Villar. Went at the NC State setter, and Hoppus, with her second kill, gives BC set point. And they get back to their setter switch. Lucy Mott will try to serve it out.
That's 2 kills and 8 total attacks for Sam Hoppus, tied for the team lead on total attacks. She's getting opportunities here tonight.
Big swing Ring off of Marjanovic and out. So NC State lives to fight another point. Third kill, make it the 4th for Ring. And a timeout from Jason Kennedy. Going to use the final one here for the Eagles, just to make the server think about it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a good idea here to just kind of talk it over with your team, try to put this one away. You'll have the opportunity off the serve receive to set up a play and dominate at the line, but be consistent at the line enough. It's going to generate more points.
2 errors. We'll see what the freshman serves up here. Set point number 2 for BC. Ring powers it. Long, just missed by a little bit. NC State will not challenge. So on the miss
to see if they could get more opportunities to extend points.
Meanwhile, we'll see if BC can find a way to get their offense in a little bit more rhythm. Eliza Villar starts with an ace. And that was a common thread when NC State had success. They were looking for Audrey Ross in the serve receive.
Yeah, that's exactly the point of emphasis. Go on attack mode when you're on the serve, and Villar does a great job doing so. And again, we talked about serve. This ace is going to be a big factor here today.
Short pop-up serve. Rock read it well. Slide ball for Roach. Villar made a nice touch. Sent across Bryant, down the line and in. Good start for the Wolfpack. Villar with a good serve and then some good defense as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about her subbing back in late in that first set, now showing why she's important to this Wolfpack team. On the serve, picks up an ace and trying to keep those points coming here in the second set.
One thing you're not worried about with her is the defense first from the center. Rock missed it long, looking for a touch, not getting it. So 3-0 run for NC State to start off set number 2. Short serve again, Ross got to it. Mott for Rock, off the block and in anyway, out of the reach of Maciejewicz. First kill for Danica Rock. She's had a varied shift in roles this year. Started off the season primarily as a back row player. Eventually earned her way to playing all 6 rotations. Had been supplanted a little bit the last couple weeks, but now is back in that front row role tonight. There's a missed roll shot there by the freshman Jordan Smith. And again, the pendulum swings back the other way.
It's been like this all match long. We haven't seen much separation. I think the biggest separation we saw in the first set was a 3-point lead. And kind of similar here, right? NC State starts off on a 3-0 run. Boston College right back.
Out of the middle, Yelland was there, couldn't pick it up though. Good swing from Lily Cropper. Second kill for the Ohio native.
You're going to see here Cropper just able to go right in between the arms of Roach.
Ross took the pass. Rock with a tip shot picked up by Villar. Maciejewicz the backup set. Swung over the top. Ross got enough of it. Harrington pulls it back. Yellen sends it to the middle. Maciejewicz off the free ball. Back set again. Buried by Smith. What a swing.
Well, Jordan Smith on the near side was mistimed and got frustrated, but this time on the right side, able to get a powerful strike and right down as Boston College a little too hot to handle.
Serve into the net from Bryant. That halts the brief NC State run. Again, just a glimpse, though, of what some of these young NC State players have to offer in the future.
Yeah, it's an exciting future for this Wolfpack team when you think about the size, the power, the confidence at this young age to do what they're doing so far.
Rock into the net, so error begets error. And again, the 3-point lead back for the Wolfpack as they try to find an early separation.
Just a second service error for Boston College.
Cropper with the serve. That wasn't an ace. Yelland got a late read on it, thought it was going long, and then realized, unfortunately, it was going to be in.
It goes back to these types of serves. For NC State, they have such powerful servers that when they take a little bit off, even that little bit feels like, all right, this is still powerful enough, it's going to go out, but then it lands on that back line.
Mott to the back. Harrington has to tip it. Villar. Shot saved by Yellen. Good swing there by Clara Vondren. Out of the back row, Rock. Good location on that swing.
Take a look at this play by Rock. Times it, great jump, great swing, and put enough on it that NC State couldn't send it back.
NC State going to challenge here. To go back, not 100% sure what they're looking at. Looked to me as if the ball definitely landed in. Maybe taking a look to see if Rock was over the 10-foot line. Saw Coach Wargo Kearney have a little glance up at the monitor here in the Canal Center on that replay. So maybe also looking for a net touch on the BC block here. Oh yeah, Cornelia Roach. Looked like she might have gotten a piece.
Well, we'll take a look and see. I mean, Roach was up at the net. It's actually another big challenge here for NC State, right? You can create some more separation.
Wolfpack won their first challenge. This was on the swing from Vondren. Again, ball hits the net as well. So a little tough, right? Because if that ball moves the net into Roach, that's part of what you have to take into consideration as well from the official's perspective. So Vondren getting an opportunity here, junior from Ohio. He's played part-time at that outside hitter spot. So she is in there instead of Ring at the moment. Jason Kennedy just awaiting the results of the challenge. As it stands, a kill from Rock, and point will stand.
I think that's one to your point, Ben, where the net actually is moving on the contact with the ball, and maybe that's where the contact comes, so it's not purposeful there by Roach.
So we'll go down as the second kill for Rock, and NC State now 1-1 on their challenges. Brooklyn Yelland with the serve for BC. Clipped the net on the way over. Set out for Vondren again. Yelland picks it up. Mott for Ross. Down the line. Third kill for Audrey Ross. BC trying to find their offensive rhythm. Couple good digs in that sequence.
It's just a great job by Ross to find that short angle on the near side with the block protecting the middle of the floor. Still able to get it around and onto the floor.
Bryant with a clean pass. Back set Smith. Yelland can't get that one. Couple big rips by Jordan Smith.
It feels like when she has some space in front of her, she's going to let it rip, and it's going to be hard to send it back with all that momentum coming off the hits from Jordan Smith.
Now, Ross had a couple blocks on her in the first set, but Smith winning that battle at the moment. Tough serve and an ace from Smith. Rock called off Ross that time and had some trouble handling it. They're discussing how to manage that serve now.
Again, we talk about NC State just practicing their serves and having opportunities to get better. Jordan Smith is one of those players that has excelled at the serve this season.
Ross pops it up. Mott goes back to her. Ross, big swing. Bryant sends it back, lands out. Ross just watching it, making sure it landed wide. That'll be another kill for the junior, her fourth.
Feels like when Boston College needs a big kill, they're going to Audrey Ross. Only had 2 kills before those two in sequence.
Back to the setter switch for BC. Hannah Hoffman in to serve. Sam Hoppus into the front row. Hoffman's serve out wide. Good read by the senior defensive specialist, Sydney Daniels. He's played libero at times in the past for NC State, but Maciejewicz winning that job. Daniels still carving out a role, though. Here's Vondren's first serve. Ross handles it. Hoffman sets her up, and Ross put back into the net. Ross tipped it over. Ross with a hand pass. Back set for Hoppus. Blocked. Kept alive? No. Hoffman couldn't pop it up. Good block that time by Bryant and Frankham.
Yeah, just taking advantage of what Boston College is giving them, and when BC's out of system, NC State's been able to find points.
That one long. Ross a little hesitation, but let it go in the end.
That's kind of what you want if you're NC State. You want BC thinking about it, right? You want them to assume they might go out. Maybe their position isn't where they think it is, and you sneak in another ace.
And again, Jason Kennedy will make the switch, bringing in Sofia Marjanovic to serve and play the back row for Ross. Just taking away a little bit of the target for NC State with the serve. Good pass from Maciejewicz, but then it's tipped out by Villar. Not a bad idea, trying to keep BC on their toes with the setter dump out of the front row, just missed on the tip.
She's had a couple of sneaky plays here today. That one would have been nice, but just overhit it.
Marjanovic, a freshman from Serbia. Tough serve and an ace. Well, Maciejewicz just never got a good read on that ball.
Yeah, Marjanovic able to take advantage of the open space. You can see how much NC State is giving her here on the near side.
Fourth ace of the night for BC. Bryant takes care of this one. Gets the set. Blocked, but out. Hands were there, but Bryant with a good redirect. Already up to 8 kills for the NC State senior.
You love to see it, right? Gets the serve received, sets it up, and then gets right back into position to get a quality swing on.
Maciejewicz back to serve for NC State. Tough one to Marjanovic. Hoffman to the middle, poked over, saved by Bryant. Back row shot Vondren. Yelland is there. Hoffman, back row Marjanovic. Saved, but over from Maciejewicz. Oh, it drops! Everybody caught looking on the BC side. And a libero kill for Maciejewicz.
You know, sometimes the stars shine bright. Eagles got caught looking at the stars here. Just lands in no man's land.
Hoffman cleared out, expecting somebody else to take that ball. Nobody stepped to it. Maciejewicz misses on the serve. And BC staying within striking distance here. The Eagles still struggling to find a way to get that offense on track. Ehrlich will serve. That one played. was close to the line. Bryant again finds a way through.
It's been fun to watch Courtney Bryant. I mean, her strikes, she's just fearless when she gets up. Look at, gets right back up again, goes into position, and still able to split the block.
A little bit of room there between Hoppus and Roach. Villar back to serve. Pass from Marjanovic. Hoffman sets Hoppus. That one squeezed through. Third kill for Hoppus. Back to the setter switch. In comes Mott. In comes Harrington. Bryant all over the serve. Got the set. Put it down again. Boy, there's no stopping Courtney Bryant right now. NC State in control here in the second. Wolfpack trying to even things up. They lead at 15-11 here in Chestnut Hill. Back with more next.
Have a lot of success against Boston College last year, just 4 kills in that loss against the Eagles, but today has been the go-to offensive player and has done it every which way. Has helped out this Wolfpack team with 5 digs, a hit percentage of .500 to go along with those 10 kills.
Trying to help NC State build the lead. Ehrlich picked up by Maciejewicz. Smith, big swing. Marjanovic couldn't control it. It goes over and out. NC State starting to assert their dominance here in the second. Talked about the disparity in terms of not just the kills, but even the attack attempts. NC State getting so many more swings, and the serve has been really good still. An ace for Bryant, and a timeout for Jason Kennedy.
8th ace of the night for NC State. And again, we talked about how good Bryant is offensively. How about that? Another service ace, her second of the match, has a block, 5 digs, and those 10 kills, and now contributes on the line.
4 aces in the first, 4 aces in the second for the Wolfpack. The difference has been, again, that balance, aces versus errors. They had 5 errors in the first set, including on set point. So far, only 3 errors in the second set, and Boston College, again, just feels like they're running in mud a little bit right now.
Yeah, and I think NC State's feeling that, so they're swinging freely, right? If the block is there, they're okay hitting the block. If they feel like there's, players or an extended rally, that they can win that rally if they get back into position. So look at the Wolfpack to try to separate themselves here in this second set and try to carry that momentum into the third.
They're hitting over 400 right now, 9 kills, only 2 errors in the set. Boston College has gotten a little bit better offense, but still not able to keep pace at this point through the second set. This is the largest lead for either team tonight.
Yeah, 3 service errors and 6 attacking errors for the Eagles. Wolfpack, they take these timeouts and they build off of them. We had that media timeout and a couple more points here for NC State.
Bryant at the line, trying to widen the lead here for the Wolfpack. Even things up at a set apiece. Pass from Rock, a good one. Mott chases it down for Harrington. Tip turned away. Cropper up there to go get it. Jason Kennedy going to make a switch. Sequoia Lane will come in for Anna Harrington.
Another great job by the block. Good read, good communication to be there together. Cropper able to get the majority of that one.
Tough pass from Rock. Yelland will set Lane. Her first swing. Dug by Maciejewicz. Villar, back row. Bryant tipped in. Triple block was there, but there was room behind it, and Bryant found it.
I mean, the vision for Courtney Bryant. Watch her back row, nice hops, and then flips it over that triple block. Just mistimed by the Eagles.
Bryant serve, Yelland. Mott, long set for Lane. Able to put it away. First kill of the night for the sophomore Sequoia Lane, who had had her best 3-match run of her career against Miami, Florida State, and then Georgia Tech. And then that came to an end Sunday against Clemson, but really everybody for BC struggled last Sunday.
You're starting to feel it here as well. Just 4 kills for Audrey Ross on 11 attacks, 3 for Sam Hoppus. The Eagles got to find some sort of offense. Maybe Lane could be that spark.
Villar for Vondren. It's blocked, kept in play by Maciejewicz. Vondren again, able to hit the back row. Found room in between Lane and Roach.
Another good set and another good finish. Vondren put a lot of power on that one too.
Proper serve. Ross with the pass. Set back to her. Ross rolls shot. Vondren saved. Villar popped it up. Chance for Smith. Rock is there with a dig. Ross again. Quick set. Returned over and out. That's the defensive player in Villar there, just making herself big and giving herself a chance.
Going into the splits to try to save this one and keep the Wolfpack alive in the point, but unable to find the hand. It's a great job by Ross again.
Yelland with the serve. Bryant the pass to the middle. Yelland kept it in play. Mott, quick set. Lane wasn't ready for it, then tossed it over. Had to get her feet set real quick, and she made something happen on the fly.
We talk about Sequoia Lane just finding opportunities. A little discombobulated, but still able to get enough hops to get it over the net and in.
Short serve, Bryant all over it. Vondren around the block, but out wide. So a little bit of a miss swing there. North Carolina State, I think, might be challenging here. I think I called a timeout. Wasn't sure if they were thinking about the block being in the net there, but with only 1 challenge left and 2 timeouts, Megan Wargo.
Haven't been able to sustain 5-15 in total.
The Eagles just starting to work their way really back into it offensively. A couple kills from Lane since she re-entered. And searching for some level of offensive consistency through these first 2 sets. Yelland trying to extend the run. Another good pass from Bryant. Frankham tip. Mott couldn't get a clean pass on it. Not the hardest hit there by the freshman, but Mott unable to handle it, and a much needed side out there for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, just a great job there through the middle. Kind of a decoy hit, and it threw Boston College off. Frankham able to find the open space.
Once again, NC State will bring on Alyssa Forelli to block and try to set out the second here. And the serve goes long from Smith. Meanwhile, Lane will check out. Allie Nat will come in, serving specialist for BC as they try to make a push here, down by 5. Freshman serves, tough one. Nicely played though by Vondren, back row swing. Bryant, diving effort by Nat, got there. Ross couldn't put it away. Forelli to the back row, no, it's Vondren, that one is in. Boy, Yelland let it go, thinking it was out. Jason Kennedy had a long look. He's not going to challenge. Close shot, and Yelland just missed it. And Jason Kennedy will use his final timeout here. Close call, but on the line it looked like.
Yeah, and Kennedy had a great view of it. That one landed right in front of him as Yelland just watched it go and hit the line. So 6-point lead here for the Wolfpack, and again, they continue to find crucial points to create separation in the second set, not allowing Boston College to get some momentum here in the second. You'll take a look as this one, nice little spin on it to hit that line.
Right on the line. And maybe that was a hopeful look from Yelland. Got the bad news when she...
They've been confident, they've been swinging freely, and you can see it, you can sense it out on the floor.
Vondren back to serve. NC State 3 points away from tying us up at a set apiece. Good pass from Nat. Set for Ross. Blocked. Out. So NC State started to get some hands on these swings from Ross, but they haven't been able to keep him in the court. 6 kills now for the BC junior.
She's just so powerful and so accurate with her shots that it's hard to stop Audrey Ross when she gets going. And the Wolfpack have done a good job kind of taming her so far. They'd like to keep it that way.
And she'll sub out as Marjanovic in to serve. Maciejewicz, Forelli for Bryant. That one again put away. Courtney Bryant, as good as advertised. Even with the block there, Bryant able to go over the top.
Now 5 straight matches with 10+ kills for Courtney Bryant. She's been outstanding in this stretch here for NC State.
Maciejewicz with the serve. Short, passed by Ehrlich. Long set across for Rock off the high hands. Vondran to the middle, tipped, blocked. Bryant again, that one returned. Forelli, back to Bryant again, tip shot, that one drops. Jason Kennedy not happy, his defense unable to pick up some of these roll shots from NC State. Set point for the Wolfpack at 24-17.
And again, it's Bryant. Got denied on that shot. You're going to see her set up again, try it through the right side. Saw where the block was the first time. They didn't adjust their position. She creates an opening and finds it.
Serve goes long, so that is the 5th missed serve of the set for NC State. Same number they had in the first. But difference is they've been much more efficient offensively in this second set.
Which helps. It allows you to kind of have room for those errors, especially when you have a big lead.
Yeah, they had 9 hitting errors in the first, only 3 here in the second. Savannah Curtis at Bryant. She gets the set and a rare miss. Just looked like she was leaning back a little bit there.
Yeah, it was just not enough hops, not enough vertical there to keep that one where she wanted to put it.
Curtis going to need to go on a long run here for BC. Bryant makes the pass again. They set her again. This time it's blocked. Put on top of the net. Forelli tips it deep. Marjanovic got there. Mott sets Rock off the high hands and out. 3rd kill for Rock. And again, BC trying to string a couple together. NC State not going to use that timeout yet, but they will change setters. Villar in. Forelli out.
And for BC, that was just controlled chaos, right? It felt like they were kind of trying to find where it was going, but still able to be disciplined and have that composure to get it back and find that open space, get the point.
3rd time for Bryant off the block. Marjanovic, clean pass, slide ball Roach, kept alive by Daniels. Villar pushes, open corner, that will do it. Jason Kennedy looking for a double contact call, will not get it. And so that's how the second set will come to an end.
Volleyball throughout the stretch, and yeah, hopefully trying to give the team some offense here in this 3rd set.
Marjanovic will start with the serve for BC here in the 3rd. Back set, return, and great effort to get it there. And Harrington just will escort that one to the ground. Tremendous effort by Zuzia Maciejewicz just to even save that one. It was Mott on the dig, almost put it in the corner.
Yeah, Maciejewicz has been tracking balls down here tonight, trying to extend plays and keep NC State alive on some of these points.
Marjanovic again with the serve. Courtney Bryant, the pass dumped over, kept alive, no. Mott close with the pancake, but they're not serving breakfast this time of day.
Not a breakfast for dinner type of guy?
I mean, has to be the right time. Not on a Friday night.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a beautiful push over there on the dump.
First kill for Villar. Yelland with a pass off her serve. Audrey Ross looking for the hands. Didn't get him.
I think that's been one of the differences here in the 2nd and now 3rd set is NC State's been very disciplined at the net. They're not reaching for some of these shots, so they're not getting, Boston College isn't getting the tips that they are expecting.
NC State almost doubling up BC in terms of the kill numbers. This hasn't been a lot of clean offense from BC, starting with the passing and a block there on Ross. So another rough start for the Eagles trying to find their rhythm. Mentioned Ross has put up unbelievable numbers in 3 career matches against NC State, but they have definitely held her in check so far. Short serve from Villar. Ross just got there. Free ball over on the bump from Harrington. Villar to the middle. Nice save by Yelland. Ross gets the set off the shoulder of Maciejewicz. Bryant down the line. Marjanovic got a piece. Yelland brings it back. Ross plays it short. Free ball for the Wolfpack again. Jordan Smith into the net. So, BC again just clawing their way into the point defensively and finding a way to get some help from the missed swing.
Yeah, and a couple of times NC State's gone for that tight angle cross-court shot just beyond the net. It's worked maybe once, so credit to BC block for putting pressure on the Wolfpack.
Yelland serve at Maciejewicz and an ace. Number 5 for BC. Not as many aces, but also not as many errors, and that's more of what we saw for the Eagles serve in the first set, just trying to put NC State a little more out of system.
Yeah, just try to move them around, get them to miscommunicate on some of these balls, and Yelland is such a great server that she has the ability to put some pressure on the Wolfpack.
Short serve. That'll go down as another ace. Diving effort by Vondren, but couldn't do much with the pass. Back-to-back aces for the junior. Creeping up on 30 now for the year.
Again, just look at the placement. This one drops down as soon as it passes the net. And a great serve from Brooklyn Yelland.
Goes deep with that one, handled by Vondren. Set to the middle, tipped right to Harrington. Mott for Ross. Blocked, but out. And that's what Audrey Ross can do. Even with a block in her face, she is able to use those hands to her advantage.
Yeah, that's where Audrey Ross shines, is just being able to tool the block, find those opportunities, maybe decoy them down the line, and then find that cross-court shot that lands in because of the power.
Short serve again. Villar got it out, and the swing off the block and out from Smith. Again, neither team able to really gain momentum. North Carolina State did have one big run in that second set. Bryant serve off the net. That's an ace. Well, you can't do anything about that.
Sometimes when it's your night, it's your night. And Bryant has had a great night so far here against the Eagles. Up over double-digit kills, couple of aces.
Another line drive at Ross. Roach will set it up for her. Ross's swing at Maciejewicz. Villar. Vondren blocked. Harrington all over that one.
It's a couple of good step-ups by Anna Harrington. Gets all that one, and you're going to see it here. All by herself on an island. Waits, and then jumps. As soon as she times that one, Vondren had nowhere to go.
By the way, 9 aces tonight for NC State. Far and away the most they've had in any ACC match this year. Roll shot from Vondren. Ross is there. Hoffman the back set for Hoppus. Bounced off the block. Diving save Maciejewicz. Vondren again. Blocked but out. Hoppus unable to turn that one back into the floor. Well, Vondren has been value add since coming on at the start of the second set.
Absolutely. And you hear coaches talk about practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. And it's because you don't obviously want to be perfect on every serve, but if you're consistent enough, you're going to put pressure on teams.
Another tough pass from Ross, popped up for her. Angle shot just wide. Looked like it was available, just couldn't get the top spin she wanted on the ball.
Yeah, again, another great head fake. Creates that opening on that far side, but just couldn't put it down.
Proper serve, popped up by Marjanovic. Another out-of-system ball. It's Ross into the block, popped up by Roach. Set up by Hoffman for Hoppus. Villar. Long set, Vondren, tough shot, tipped right back. Marjanovic there. Ross, no approach swing. Diving save, Villar. Over to Smith, off the block, right to Hoffman. Yelland settles it for Hoppus. Off the block, popped up by Bryant. Chance for Vondren. That one rolled to the back line. What a great shot by Vondren. And Jason Kennedy has seen enough. He wants a timeout. NC State again able to string together points thanks to the defense. And the Wolfpack with an 8-6 lead here in the third. So we take a timeout here on ACC Network Extra.
Is different now.
I'll take that.
Make some changes. Looks like Lucy Mott is going to come in. So we wondered if we might see this. Let's take a look at North Carolina State. Mentioned the home road split, just 1-6 on the road this year. Their only road win this season at VCU. And this is the start of 5 straight road matches, with their final match of the season coming at home. So crucial stretch here for North Carolina State. Allie Nat with the serve receive. Audrey Ross's tip picked up. Set for Jordan Smith, blocked, kept alive though. Smith again. Nat is there. Lucy Mott now the front row setter for BC. And Ross missed it long. They're gonna call a touch? No, blocking the net. Frankham caught in the net. First net violation we've seen tonight. And Sequoia Lane will check in. So this is big for Boston College. Jason Kennedy, not strictly, but very often loves that two-setter offense, but not getting the production from the offense tonight. So he's going to let Lucy Mott play all the way around. And a good serve from Audrey Ross there, and another ace, third of the set for BC.
Yeah, and Ross has been outstanding here for Boston College, just trying to keep them in it in this third set. Ross with 2 blocks, 2 digs, a service ace, and closing in on double-digit kills.
Roll shot picked up. That's Nat. Mott tipped it over, trying to keep NC State off balance with a front row setter now. Mott again, out for Lane, blocked, right to Ross though. Mott, Lane again, off the net. Ripped it, but right at Matchevich. Set for Vondran. Tight ball, didn't matter. That's a statement swing from Vondran.
Just wow, Ben. Wow, that was powerful. Take a look at the hops for Vondran, and then just throws it down with authority.
Smith with the serve. Mott tries Lane again, off the net again. Did she catch the hands? Yes, she did. Third kill for Sequoia Lane. Cornelia Roach will go back to serve for the first time tonight for BC.
No, we mentioned that Florida State matchup for Sequoia Lane. She was outstanding on tooling the block, getting points off of the hands, and she's attacking now that way here in the third set. Maybe that can help Boston College generate more offense.
Good clean pass there from Bryant. Vondran again finds the gap. No libero there with Roach serving, so Vondran goes right at that spot.
Just the timing on these hits, her jumps are so good. She's hitting it right at its peak, and when you get it right there in that window and you're able to just get your full swing on it, there's a lot of momentum, a lot of power, and been able to help NC State here in this third set.
Good pass from Nat, set for Lane, off the hands, right to Bryant. Forelli setting now. Big swing, saved by Yelland. That's the libero difference. Ross out of the back row. Kept alive by Daniels. Push short, tight set, Mott dunks it. They didn't realize she was a front row setter.
That's just an excellent job by Mott. Obviously NC State all out of sorts on the opposite side of the net. Mott just able to push this one down. Can see here off the feed.
Could see the reaction in the background by Coach Wargo Kearney. She knew it. Nice save by Yelland there. Lane blocked. Yelland again. Mott back row for Ross into the net. Well, with Ross playing all the way around now, they're going to use her as a hitter in the back row. That time just couldn't find a way over the net.
How about Brooklyn Yellen? A couple of good digs to extend points for Boston College.
Already in double figures with 11. Here's her opposite on the other side, the libero Matchevich. Tough serve, Ross just got to it. Harrington just finds the angle. Forelli out, Bryant off the block, Ross is there. Mott, tough set, Ehrlich off the block. Continuation. Harrington pushes it off the block. Maciejewicz, Forelli, Bryant, blocked by Lane. That's a big block there for Sequoia Lane on Courtney Bryant.
Bryant, who's been dominant all night long, finally gets denied. Had a couple of chances early on that were pushed back by the Eagles block, but that time it was just Sequoia Lane stepping up and preventing that one from Bryant.
Now Marjanovic in for Lane to serve. Feels like we've already played a marathon third set. It's only 11-11. Forelli, Bryant, tip shot, and the block in the net for BC. I believe that was Ehrlich.
Well, we hadn't seen a lot of net violations up until this third set. Now 2 here in the third.
So now Villar will come back into the back row. Smith re-enters into the front row. Both teams tinkering with their offensive systems here, looking for the right mix. Villar serves at Ross. It's a good pass. Back set. Harrington. First good swing in a while. Comes right back to her. Two-hand shot. Villar there. Roll shot right to Marjanovic. Ross into the block. Kept alive. Mott sends it over. Free ball. NC State to the middle. Yellen couldn't control it. Cropper with another kill, her third.
Again, just great size to extend the rally here for NC State. Cropper's had these points where it feels like she's just benefiting off of these balls sent back by Boston College and just able to put them away.
Short serve, Ross got there. Mott has to go all the way back. Harrington slams it down. What a great set by Mott just to get it there.
And Harrington came across the court to show Mott some love because of that awesome set. You're gonna see it here. Moving towards the near side, Harrington able to put it down. And look at Harrington there, going right back to Lucy Mott.
Says, give me that ball every time.
That's how you do it, freshman, right? That's how you do it.
Good serve from Yellen. Swing from Smith returned. Villar resets to the middle. Cropper off the block and down. 4 kills now for Cropper on 9 swings. Feels like NC State could even maybe be using the middles a little more.
Yeah, that's what worked in the second set. They've kind of gone away from it. Credit Boston College from not allowing them to go through the middle. Good presence, either by Roach or by Mott.
Maciejewicz, big bump set. Vondrin, Yellen made the save. Ross has to come back for it. Free ball again. Villar, Vondrin blocked and out of the reach of Bryant. That's Anna Harrington doing her thing. Jason Kennedy says she's one of the best right side blockers in the ACC.
Yeah, and you can see it. Just excellent for Boston College. It's had a couple of powerful swings here in the third set as well.
Two blocks tonight, 68 on the year for Harrington. Vondrin again off the block, comes to Ross. Mott sets up Ross, tight set, off the hands and off of Maciejewicz.
Well, sophomore is coming alive here. These sets by Lucy Mott right in the perfect windows. First it was Anna Harrington, this time it's Audrey Ross. I mean, beautifully done by Mott, and paying it off is Ross.
Nat in to serve, tough ball there. Good pass though. Smith able to find space around Ross. Boy, it looked like that was going to be a tough play for NC State, but a great job to make it work. That ball may have been going out, but a really good set from Villar.
Yeah, Ross just a little late coming over, and Jordan Smith able to put it away.
Proper serve at Nat. Mott for Ross. Around the block and down. Ross now in double figures with 10 kills. And this switch to the 5-1 seems to have generated a little spark for BC.
And you can see everybody's giving love to Lucy Mott. Those sets are exactly where they need them to be. Even that one, maybe not perfect, but good enough for Ross to make a difference with.
Ross's serve. Maciejewicz elected to play it. Might have been going long. Frankum able to put it away, so it doesn't matter. Sequoia Lane checks in here for Marjanovic. Jason Kennedy already checking how many subs he's got left. A lot of back and forth in this set, so that sub count gets away from you quickly.
Yeah, just making sure he has the right number here as we get to the final stretch of this third set.
Lane using that great jump, but a great dig by Bryant, and Vondran off the block. Nat is there. Slide ball Roach, tip, kept alive by Vondran. Back row, it's Bryant, and that's down. Block looked a little bit mistimed there, and Ross couldn't get over for it.
You know, it's that slide shot because Roach is already going out to the right side, and because she can't come back to the middle to protect, that opens up that avenue for NC State.
Smith with the serve. Mott for Lane, off the block and down.
We talked about this, when Sequoia Lane can be effective and efficient and consistent, she's going to be a dangerous hitter here in the ACC.
I mean, you see the athleticism on display. Can probably jump close to 11, 12 feet. Elevate over the block, has the powerful swing. It's just about being able to make those little adjustments sometimes as a hitter. Short serve handled well. Vondran through the block. Roach with a dig. Lane again off the net. Roll shot is in. That's a perfect example.
I mean, talk about hitting it right on the spot. Just a nice job over the block, lands in. I mean, take a look here. You see Lane set up, get to a running start. Even with her height, she's able to get that shot and not kind of push it too far to the right side, not too far to the left side, and perfectly right down the middle.
Malchevich for Vondran through the block. Nat is there. Mott, Lane again, through the block, saved by Villar. She slowed it down enough. Vondran roll shot. Lane read it perfectly. Set back row. Ross through the block. Audrey Ross sees three, doesn't care, hits right through it. She's got 11 kills. BC's got a 1-point lead, 18-17. So this 5-1 switch working out in BC's favor. As we take a look at sort of the difference between what BC typically runs, that 6-2 two-setter offense, and we saw why it wasn't working out for Boston College the first two sets. If you don't have good ball distribution and you're not putting hitters in good spots, then it really doesn't matter if you have three hitting options.
Yeah, Mott has done a great job since being in that 5-1, just setting up her teammates, whether it's on the right side, left side. She's been opportunistic and taking points herself as well. So when you have a setter who has that confidence and knows, hey, I've got nothing to lose, they're going to try to show their best performance, and that's what we're getting from Lucy Mott here. And again, Boston College, whether it's Sequoia Lane, Cornelia Roach, Anna Harrington, they've all gone to Mott after these points to say, hey, that's what I like, that's what I need.
And the reason why Jason Kennedy can feel comfortable switching it is that Mott can hold her own in the blocking game. 6 foot, she can get up there. The sophomore does have 4 blocks on the year. BC trying to extend the run here with Roach at the line. 3 in a row that prompted the NC State timeout. Short serve and an ace. Boy, she just goes right into that sort of stacked setup for NC State. And that's where BC has tried to attack with the serve.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see Frankum thought it might have just gone over. You look at Frankum's reaction here on the serve, thinking it's going to go through. Bryant not able to bail her out there on the back row.
It's been a good serving set for the Eagles. Bryant with a good pass here, though. Big swing ring has come back on. They had Vondran in to replace her, and Ring trying to earn her spot back with a great shot there.
Well, I think you came up with a perfect nickname for Rebecca Ring. Big swing ring. If that doesn't stick, I mean, that's just beautiful. Look at that.
Well, Vondran will come back in to play the back row and serve, so one and done for Ring, but an impactful one. Mott has to chase it down, sets it up for Lane. That one's wide. So immediately, response from NC State. A mini run to even it up at 19. Now they're back and forth finish to a set. We saw it in the first. Gonna get it again here in the third. Ross puts a lot of air under it. Mott will set up Lane. That one, miss hit again. Jason Kennedy Gonna make an adjustment here. He's gonna call a timeout. Just a couple mishits by Lane. Yeah, and tough to kind of get in a groove when you've, Sofia Marjanovic, all of them have sort of had various opportunities at times to play in that other left side hitter role. Then, when the right side started to become a bit of an issue in terms of consistency offensively, Jason Kennedy decided to put her on the right side, and that's when she really took off offensively. It took a couple weeks, but that kind of stretch against Syracuse, the home and home, the trip to Florida, the matches against Miami, Florida State, and then especially last Friday against Georgia Tech, Lane was doing all her damage from the right side, which is a little bit more of a foreign position to her. She really hadn't gotten adjusted to hitting there, but in a couple weeks' time looked like a natural.
We'll see it here.
They're going to get Lane under the net that time as she went to reset, and now Jason Kennedy will make a change. Marjanovic will get a look as Lane will swap out. Jason Kennedy getting everybody lined up. Marjanovic will go back to pass. NC State trying to pull away here in the third. Four-0 run right now on Vondren's serve. Marjanovic's pass set to the middle. Ehrlich blocked. Mott, Yelland will go back row to Ross. Roll shot picked up by Maciejewicz. Chance for Bryant, turned away. Ehrlich all over it.
Just an excellent read by Bella Ehrlich. You see her already, before anybody else moves, she knows where that ball is going and able to deny that shot from NC State.
Third block of the night for the BC freshman. That'll get Mott back to the line, arguably BC's best server, and gets an ace. Maciejewicz just turned it over. An ace for Mott. That's her first of the night, 29 on the year. You look throughout this BC rotation, almost everybody between 15, 30 aces. Another tough one there, punched over by Villar. Chance on the free ball, it's Harrington, it's blocked. Kept alive by Ross. Mott put it up. Harrington played it short. Bryant won the one-on-one. Harrington was the only one up there, and you can't block Courtney Bryant with one.
Just a great job by Bryant. Just kind of shrugged off. Oh, I've got one in front. Let me go cross court to the open space. She's been excellent tonight.
16 kills. She's got more than half the BC total by herself. Ehrlich takes the pass, gets the set. Daniels got enough. Villar brings it back. Vondren will take a shot at it. Mott, Ehrlich again. Oh, Maciejewicz, risky ball to play it. Great save, Villar. Ross couldn't handle it. Villar making plays everywhere she goes.
Well, they call her La Cucaracha for some reason. It's because she's so pesky on the other side, all over it. Look at this, the track down. And then keeping the play alive for Bryant to put it away.
Harrington comes out, Danica Rock into the front row for BC. Just looking to up the defense here, NC State by 2. Maciejewicz, serve, long. Yelland wasn't sure, but let it go. Jason Kennedy looking, trying to figure out who should be where. Harrington will come back in for Rock. Got to imagine the Eagles are getting close to the sublimit here. You have to think about who you want to leave in for all 6 rotations if you're Jason Kennedy.
Started early on in this third set trying to find answers.
Marjanovic missed it long. Boy, that's a tough spot. And a big miss serve. It's now set point for NC State, and they've got a couple of them. It is Villar back at the line. Huge night for the redshirt junior, 27 assists, 9 digs. Ross, tough pass. Yelland will set it for Ross. That's out. Missed the hands. NC State powers their way to a good finish in the third. They win it 25.
NC State able to pull away, and Wolfpack able to win back-to-back sets.
Set to the middle. Ehrlich is blocked. Went into the net anyway.
Great job by Cropper to be there just in case.
For North Carolina State, we know what the secret sauce is. It's Eliza Villar making whatever kind of play she needs to make, and it's Courtney Bryant swinging.
Absolutely. I mean, Villar has been outstanding, and then Courtney Bryant has been efficient all night long.
Tip from Harrington, that'll land in just out of the reach of Zuzia Macievich. Harrington on the board. As BC tries to keep pace with NC State here. Eagles need a win in the fourth.
Talked about Milliken. She's there in the front. We'll see how she makes a difference here for Boston College.
Brooklyn Yelland with the serve. Villar. Jordan Smith off balance, but well spotted. It's now 7 kills for Smith.
We've seen some powerful shots from Smith. This time was just a little far back, so a little off of it, but still able to find the point.
Bryant with the serve. Mott back set. Harrington zips that one through. So 2 straight for Anna Harrington. BC would love to see her get going here. Meanwhile, more adjustments continue for NC State, even playing from ahead, as the freshman Rebecca Ring has come back on in place of Vondren here in the fourth. Jason Kennedy just double checking the sub as Allie Nat will come in to play the back row for Harrington. Yeah, this is the adjustment going to the 5-1. It's a little atypical, so BC just making sure everybody knows where they're supposed to be. Mott now in the front row. Nat's serve, taken by Macievich. Villar to the middle, tipped over, saved by Yelland. Mott out for Ross, off the block, sent over by Milliken. Villar sends it, Ring, saved by Marjanovic, great one-hand dig, and Ross missed it wide. Boy, it's just been a little bit off the mark for Audrey Ross tonight. Jason Kennedy looking, he thinks he saw a tip. And we'll have our first challenge for the Eagles head coach.
Yeah, Jason Kennedy got up from his seat immediately, and great dig on the back row from the freshman, and then Ross trying to go cross court.
Well, that was at live speed, and on second viewing for both of us, certainly looked like that ball changed direction.
It's definitely altered, so, I mean, Jason Kennedy knew it immediately, so he got up and asked our officials for a review.
Smile on his face would lead you to believe he knows what the outcome should be here. We don't have official stats on challenges. I think that's the one thing we're missing. We're going to have to start figuring out a way to track that.
Keeping track of them,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's been efficient. I mean, since challenges started, he's been able to win a bunch, especially here at home. He's had a good eye for when to challenge and when not to challenge.
So that's the end zone view from behind NC State. Let's see if the ball, you don't see the hand
That's
move
a tough,
there.
yeah, tough one, tough angle there, because
Could also see if maybe Cropper gets in the net at all. That's the thing, is you can challenge one thing, but if the official sort of has the license to go back and almost review the entire play. So you could challenge for a block touch and still get a net touch call. So a couple things to kind of keep an eye on with Cropper.
so right there you see the net move. So that's probably where the contact comes. Not sure if it's Cropper or on that far side, Jordan Smith.
So this is the first BC challenge. It is going to stay NC State point. So they were looking to see when the ball hit the ground. Again, if the ball lands first, then you can go into the net.
That's exactly what happened there. So the ball hits first. NC State was into the net, but because the ball landed in, points over.
Jason Kennedy loses his first challenge. Each team still with one remaining. Ross again to the tip this time. Saved by Villar. Pulled out of the net by Ring, and she made contact with it. Well, again, Villar. Just those defensive instincts are incredible.
Yeah, just reaction. We talked about it. Calling her the Cucaracha, the assistant coach there, Jeremiah, giving that nickname to her because she's a pest on defense. She can pancake, she can tomahawk, she'll chase things down. She'll contribute with a block here tonight.
Ring into the block, and that one drops. There's Milliken and Mott involved with the block. And just to finish the point on Villar, again, started her career as a defensive specialist, even though she was a libero in high school, or a setter in high school. And then only when she really asked to have that setter job back in the offseason did they consider her. Frankum just able to sneak it on the line.
It's a couple of tough reads for Brooklyn Yellen. She's had some difficulty picking up some of these shots. That's what you want. You want a player to advocate for themselves, and they find an opportunity to contribute to the team, and you can see the difference it's making for the Wolfpack.
First swing from Marjanovic, deflected, returned over. Milliken drives it through. There's the senior from Texas picking up the kill. Played a couple sets on Sunday against Clemson, had a kill and an error.
Well, if you're BC, you want to see more of that. You want to see more opportunities where they're able to take advantage of some of these strikes, get some quick points. Talk about if Milliken can make a difference.
Serve goes long from Milliken. Hasn't really served all that much, even when she's been in the rotation. You go back a couple years, she won a starting job in the preseason as a sophomore, and then early on in that campaign got injured and never quite worked her way back into the starting rotation. Has been part of the middle group ever since. Tough read from Marjanovic there. Immediately Jason Kennedy out to have a word with the freshman.
Yeah, and I love it. Coach them up, right? Get them to understand where the mistakes are happening. You want them to continue to develop, grow, and learn.
There's an ace from Vondren, who's playing the back row for Ring. That serve into the net. So again, an ace followed by an error. 10 aces now for NC State, the most they've had in conference play. Matches their season high. They had 10 in their opener against Akron, and again against Cleveland State and VCU. Their only other road win of the year, maybe not so coincidentally.
Something about playing on the road for this Wolfpack team.
Harrington just got under that one. It's becoming, I think, a concerning theme for Boston College. Some of these hitters just not hitting the ball at the right spot.
Yeah, and the sets are all right. I mean, it's not like the sets are putting them in a difficult position. It's just about the way they're striking it. Maybe, when you face a deficit, a one-set deficit, and you're trailing in the set, try to do a little bit too much.
Harrington again got all of that one. Able to power through the NC State block there.
Yeah, sometimes instead of going around the block, you just got to go right through it.
Yep. Sometimes one of those things as a hitter, you just got to work yourself through it, right?
More times than not, it can be mental, right? You just got to break the funk.
Marjanovic sends that one long. So BC unable to gain any momentum off the side out. Smith comes back into the front row. Villar back to serve. Ross, tough pass. Yellen will send it over for her. Roll shot picked up by Bryant. Smith, and there's a off-balance swing.
And again, trying to go tough angle cross court, just didn't have the right positioning to get that shot over the net.
There's Milliken re-entering to the front. Yellen to serve. All even at 8 here in the fourth. Must-win set for BC. Chayevich, tight set for Villar. Poked over. Recovered. Proper. Over the block. Mott just got there. Harrington turned away. They couldn't set her all the way out to the antenna, and the block was on top of it from Cropper and Smith.
Yeah, those two are going to be fun to watch as they continue throughout the match here today. They've been in sync Watch this. Boston College going to try to set it up on the near side for Harrington. Both are coming from different directions and able to protect the middle on that strike.
Ross high off the block. Cropper slowed it down. Chance for Smith. Turned away. It's Ross and Milliken. Big block on the BC side.
Audrey Ross did not allow NC State to get any space at the net. She was hugged up tight and didn't let that ball get through. Look at that.
Third block of the night for Ross. It's one away from her season high. Serve from Nat. Big swing from Ring. Yellen put it on top of the net, and it lands on the BC side. Ross went up, but wasn't sure what to do with it, whether to try to swing or block, and it ended up deflecting off the net and landed next to her.
Just an unfortunate bounce off the net, back in for the Eagles.
Cropper's serve, taken by Nat. Mott for Ross, roll shot, easily picked up by Villar. Smith off the BC block, Yellen reads it. Mott, quick set, poked over by Milliken. And a good swing there by Frankham. That was another part of the difference in the offensive efficiency. NC State's getting production out of the middle. BC really hasn't gotten any.
Yeah, it's so true. It's a great point, Ben, because BC's forced to go to the outsides where NC State's mixing up their attack. We saw them in the second set go back row a couple of times. Now they're really using their middles.
Overpass, Mott with a good deflection. Sets it up for Ross. Wasn't ready for it. Villar put it up. Ross puts it down. Saved again. Milliken. Mott just pushes it over. On top, Ross says, let's take three. Set to the middle. Milliken blocked. Mott kept it alive. Marjanovic continues the rally. Villar out for Ring. That one deflected and lands in anyway.
Now feels like 3 or 4 really extended rallies between BC and NC State, and the Wolfpack have won each of them as they build a 3-point lead.
Jason Kennedy going to take an early timeout, try to get his group energized. North Carolina State looking for just their second true road win of the year. Lead it 2-1, 12-9, Wolfpack here in the fourth. And Ultra Luis Sanchez here with you tonight for ACC Volleyball and ACC Network Extra. Oh, he talked about the two leading hitters on either team coming into this one. Courtney Bryant has been everything NC State would have hoped for tonight. Audrey Ross still struggling to get her efficiency going.
Yeah, it's been a tough night, but she's still closing in on another maybe 15-kill performance against NC State.
Has another chance there, but the block is there first. Frankham and Smith at 6'4" and 6'5", tough to get through.
I mean, you talk about this freshman class for NC State. They're going to get a lot of playing experience here in their freshman year, and you can see it's going to help them develop down the stretch throughout their careers to have this much playing time early on.
Largest lead of the set for NC State. Ross goes to the tip. Villar's on it. Smith moving set, but for Ring. Return by Nat. Oh, just popped up by Villar again. And that one sent long by Ring. Boy, another great play by Villar just to give her team a chance in the rally.
She's been all over the floor. She has to adjust the knee pads there because they moved on her, but just an excellent job giving NC State multiple opportunities, whether it's the one-handed dig or the track downs. Absolutely sensational.
Frankham into the net. Maybe tried to force that one just a little bit. Frankham a little too far off the net there. So just after NC State gets its largest lead, all of a sudden BC gets two quick ones. Ross with the serve. Maciejewicz the pass. Ring off the block, right to Ross. Mott for Marjanovic. Deflected. Bryant had to try to make a play. She saw it went off the block and just couldn't quite climb all the way up there.
It's a good response here for Boston College. 3 straight points after trailing by 4, make it a 1-point game here in the third set.
It's the first kill for Marjanovic tonight. Maciejewicz, tough pass. Villar sets for Ring, through the block and down. Well, Ring got blocked a couple times early in that first set, but the power plays.
Yeah, especially when the sets come before the block can get there. She has an opportunity to pick that far side. We've seen her try to go cross court a couple of times. Now benefits from it the last 2 points.
Ring with a serve. Nat handles it well. Mott out for Marjanovic. Looking for a deflection and got it. So 2 in a row for Marjanovic. But this is a stage where BC doesn't necessarily want to go point for point.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to win this set to keep it alive and force a fifth. So for Boston College, you got to try to take this lead, string together another 3-point swing.
And Jason Kennedy sensing how important the moment is, so he calls on the serving specialist Savannah Curtis early. Had an ace near that end of the first set. Goes at Maciejewicz. Villar out for Ring, down the line and in.
Yeah, that just shows you the power there for Ring as she goes cross court on the last shot. This time is going to attack down the line. Look at, there's 2 people on the block. Ali Nat is back there as well and just unable to find the open space.
A good rotation in the front for Ring. Vondren plays the back for her. Forelli in to set in the front row. Mott dumps it over. On 2 for the sophomore.
That's just a great job by Mott. Realized that there was some open space there in the middle of the defense and able to capitalize.
Mott's serve. Maciejewicz handling the serve receive well. Slide ball blocked, and Daniels couldn't pop it up. Nicely done there by Marjanovic. So Megan Wargo-Kearney has seen enough. Villar back into the front row. It's not necessarily even just the ball distribution that Villar has. It's just those little plays mid-rally, the defensive scrappiness that she brings to the table.
Yeah, not afraid to get down on the floor.
Off the block and in. Case in point right there. Just handles a little bit of a tough pass and sets up the hitter well.
And again, just setting it up in a good spot for her hitters, not forcing them to have to do too much. Even that with momentum, bringing her towards the near side. Bryant able to get a clean feed and put it away.
Maciejewicz with the serve. Short ball. Yelland. Mott to Ehrlich. Nice little hook shot there.
And that's when Boston College is rolling. When you get that 1, 2, 3 in set, in rhythm, put it away, get the point. Take a look here. Ehrlich gonna get the running start. A nice feed by Mott and just find that open space on the court.
First kill for Ehrlich tonight. Only 3 total kills from the middle hitters for BC. Bryant off the net. Yelland. Mott, tight set. Back Harrington. Deflected, but out. So now the Eagles have drawn back even at 16 apiece. And they go in front at 17-16, excuse me.
Yeah, and a great job again by the block to give them a chance. Couple of good strikes. Ehrlich with the point, and now a freshman will have an opportunity to serve.
Villar, a little bit of a tough set. Gave Ross some trouble, though. A rare miss by Villar. But Bryant still made it work.
Yeah, just a great job by Bryant. We've talked about her ability to adjust in the air. That time we talked about Villar and her set not being as clean, and Bryant still able to get a quality chance off and pick up a point for the Wolfpack.
Tough pass from Yelland. Back row, Marjanovic just keeps it in play. Villar, Bryant. Oh, she is on fire.
I mean, when you got a hot hand, you've got to feed it. And Bryant has been the hot hand all night long. Something about being in Boston tonight. She is having a game. 436 hit percentage, now up to 20 kills in the match.
Mott goes back to Harrington, picked up by Villar. Vondren, Bryant off the net, off the block. Marjanovic on it. Mott just got to it for Ross. Villar, Bryant, tip, returned, kept alive by Maciejewicz. Bryant again off the block, playable for Ross though. Mott will set Harrington down the line. Maciejewicz couldn't dig that one out. She got the first few, But in the end, Harrington wins the battle. That is a key side out for BC.
Oh, absolutely. Boston College needed that point. You're going to take a look here. Great job getting back in position. Harrington goes down the line instead of cross court where the block was protecting and able to pick up the point.
Yelland with the serve for BC. Malchevich, a good pass. Villar to the middle. Tip shot. That one lands in. Marjanovic laid out, but was just a half second late there.
That half step can make a big difference. And it has so far here for NC State. They take advantage to take the lead.
Bryant with an ace on the serve. You said she can do it from all over the floor, swinging defensively, and now with the ace. A new season high for NC State, 11 aces.
Absolutely paid off to have those practices this week for the Wolfpack.
Another out-of-system ball. Ross can't get to it. Jason Kennedy's seen enough. He wants a timeout. Just as the Eagles drew even, Courtney Bryant keys a 3-0 run with two terrific serves, and NC State can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
It was 16-16, a 5-2 run here for the Wolfpack as they've been able to create some separation, and it's really happened here and end the set.
Well, it has been all Courtney Bryant tonight for NC State. 20 kills, 10 digs, 4 aces, throwing a couple blocks for good measure. And in a match where one player sometimes can make all the difference, Courtney Bryant has made all the difference.
But again, this can help carry this Wolfpack team into next year where you have somebody who's as efficient as Courtney Bryant being able to.
North Carolina State's last match on Sunday against Notre Dame, they lost a tough 5-setter. One player was the difference. It was Notre Dame, though, and it was Morgan Garrity, who's, all ACC caliber. She had 21 kills, 4 aces, 7 blocks. We're seeing something similar tonight, only this time it's the Wolfpack who have the one player that's made all the difference.
Garrity's still there for the Fighting Irish.
Still there.
Getting kills and making a difference for Notre Dame.
Still there. Bryant with the serve out of the timeout. Ross with a clean pass. Back set Harrington off the block, and Bryant with another dig. For Ring. Snuck it inside down the line. The run continues for the Wolfpack. Sequoia Lane going to come in for Anna Harrington. Right now it feels like BC just looking to see if they have enough life left for a pushback here.
And again, I love the attacking opportunities here for NC State. BC's protecting the middle. They're okay going down the line.
Set for Ross. Blocked! Smith all over it. Jason Kennedy going to make another change. Rock in for Ross. At this point, though, the Wolfpack can feel it.
I think the law offices of Lily Cropper and Jordan Smith, that has a good ring to it with all these blocks.
Short ball, Rock got to it, and it'll land out. Mott couldn't punch it up. Jason Kennedy calling Audrey Ross back in, but it is set point, match point for NC State.
And Ross couldn't even get her sip of water in as she was at the cooler and now has to go right back in.
Back set for Lane. Wolfpack to end it. It's Bryant. That one missed long. Villar wanted to reward her.
Just wanted to cap off the night with Bryant.
So, the Eagles looking for a big run from the freshman Allie Nat. Into the net, and that's how this one comes to an end. NC State behind a key run late in the fourth. Closes.
Rebecca Ring, and when you talk about just the young group that this Wolfpack team is, and you have a player, a senior like Courtney Bryant, being able to show the way, right? Show them how things